Welcome to FUIME TV. I'm Earl Batman Stringer, and in this video, wow, man, a teacher-student fight in the classroom was caught on tape, right? All over the news and shit, right? Apparently, which I don't know the details of how it started, but all I know is in the tape, I saw this old motherfucker. He looked kind of old, just manhandling this young buck, man. He's getting it in with him. He throwing his ass around and shit. And the funny thing is, well, not the funny thing is, but apparently the teacher at the school, you know, the one was manhandling him, this motherfucker, he's the wrestling coach. So right there leads me to believe that the student is at fault for this shit, you know. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because the student probably was being a dumbass, most likely, we don't know, but, you know, and probably testing this teacher, you know, probably thinking, bitch, I don't give a fuck if you know damn wrestling teacher, ain't no mats in here, bitch. That's probably what he was thinking. Ain't no mats in here, man, I'd kick his ass, man, I wish he would. So he probably was on that shit, right? So the teacher probably most likely is a nice teacher, I'm assuming, you know what I mean, and everybody know he the wrestling coach, so he's probably like, man, you know, he probably always think like, if none of these kids get out of line, I'll probably fuck that shit up. That's probably what he'd be thinking, you know. I wish one of these kids would get out of line. I put them in a headlock that will fucking make their ass pass out just like that. So he's probably laid back. That's what I'm thinking. He probably laid back. So the student probably was just out of hand that day. Probably being a smart ass. Now remind you, I don't know the story. You can comment below if you know something different. But anyway, in the video, I just see that teacher just... And it's funny because he doing like a wrestling move too, because he locking up with him, they going back and forth. And you can tell the student was trying to fight back a little bit, right? But the old man was like, man, fuck. I seen him scoop his legs and shit. That's some wrestling shit, man. But bottom line is, man, these kids, man, hey, I don't know the situation, but hey, I respect this teacher because maybe he was pissed off. And, you know, these crazy ass kids today, they'll shoot your ass.
I let the chain hang, yeah, I'm tattered up, and I love to cuss, I just don't give a fuck. See, I'm just doing me, and you should do